Matamu tu.
Welcome to the Matamu 2 podcast. It's your boy Reumac, and today we are on location. Tumetembea kidogo. It's not just in my house. And in today's episode, this is episode 6, we are talking about chapati. And we have a special guest. Welcome, Zed.
Man, I feel bad when you say special guest.
Why? You're not special?
I'm just a dude.
A dude, you're a special dude.
Well, thank you. I should take it as an honor. Thank you.
Please do. I've known Zed for how long now? It's over a decade, right?
It's past a decade.
Yeah, it's over a decade.
It was when I met the person that would then become my wife.
Yes.
So I was like 2008.
Yeah, so wow, damn. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, we're going on 13 years.
Wow.
Our friendship is a teenager.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And Zed is a father of 2 children.
Yeah.
So Zed is a very luminous communicator. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
And he's going to introduce himself a bit later on. But let's now just jump right into the episode. So chapati is a flatbread. Actually, when Chapo came into Kenya, it came with when the colonialists brought in Indian laborers. So the Indian laborers came with roti. And over the years, once they stayed and they got everywhere, and now Kenyans decided this thing that is called Indian food.
Yeah,
that's the future. So guys started to love Indian food, and now Chapo became a staple like that. So when the Indians brought it, it was roti, which is now let's even go into the differences of roti and Chapo.
Yeah.
So roti doesn't have layers.
Yeah.
It's a literal flat bread.
Yeah.
Whereas
puffs a bit.
It just puffs up a little bit.
Yeah.
Chapo has multi-layered, and it is known that if it has layers, then it's a chapo.
Yeah, it's when you take the Karatasi brand.
Bas, Now, another thing that distinguishes roti and chapo is that chapos are thicker, a bit more doughy, right? And the last thing that will tell you that it's a chapo is the amount of oil that's used to make it.
Now, let me ask you.
Yes.
Paranta, chapati.
Now, parathas are pretty close.
Yeah.
They're pretty close.
Because I'd say it's closer than a roti.
But the thing with parathas is that they're thin. These things are just one step away from being a crepe.
But they're layered.
Yeah, but they're like...
Yeah, but it's just the thing. It's like, so it's a weight difference.
Well...
You're body shaming parantas.
I am.
they're just thin chapatis. That's basically what they are.
Well, across Africa, actually across East Africa, everybody loves chapos. And the chapos that they love are the thick ones. So parathas are parathas, and chapatis are chapatis. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, fine.
So you'll go to almost every country in East Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Burundi, Zanzibar, and you will find chapo, literally. And there's nothing more iconic in this country than chapo billy beans.
Okay, yeah.
You can't get any more iconic. Like that's the standard.
Okay, yeah.
That's the chapo standard.
As far as like iconic, I guess, yeah. That's where you start.
And then now from there you do.
You pick your direction.
I had there's something called chapati msalaba.
What?
There's katakata.
Okay, yeah.
That one at least you've
heard.
heard.
No, that one I was aware, yeah.
Me personally, me as James, let me speak like a Kenyan now.
Okay.
Me, I love chapo. Like I can have chapo for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day.
Okay, I think that's where we agree. That's where we have a nice overlap.
At least,
yeah. Because I mean, why not for the fact that I have to like take care of my weight?
Yeah. I know.
For sure. I would like that would be something that I'd 100% endorse. But definitely chapo is up there.
Yes.
I'm a fairly lazy eater. If I could eat the same thing every day, I 100% would.
And it would be chapo.
Chapo is definitely on the list of meals I could eat every day.
So now, Ebu, tell me, there's something that you had mentioned to me when we were preparing to start this podcast. You told me that in your life, there's a chapati arc in the story. Just tell me about that, man.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a direct proportionality. Yeah, we'll call this Sed's law. Sed's law states that there is a direct proportionality between the quality of chapos in my life and the quality of my life.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So like at any given point, you can measure how well I was doing by the chapos I was exposed to.
Huh.
Yeah.
So starting from the top then. So when you were younger, what was the quality of chapati?
So this is how it goes, yeah? When I was really, really young, didn't really have options. Yeah, we didn't really have options. So you ate what was there.
Yes.
So my quality was
somewhere there.
Yeah. And then we got a few options. And in getting a few options, you also got exposed. I think that was the first time I actually saw different chapos that didn't like, they weren't just, solid. For lack of a better word.
You were eating bread, not chapo.
I don't even know if it was bread. At least bread had, some flex to it. I'm talking like, you could
like
basically...
solid.
You could use it to plate your food.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So and it's because it's, you're making chapo so it can stay for a really long time. So when we moved into where it had a bit of buoyancy, let's say that it had a bit of flex, that was probably quality of life was slowly improving. And then we left the country. And in the time when we were away, there was an absence of quality.
Because you don't get
no chapo
whenever you had gone.
Yeah, but then every time you come home and you look for it, you go to your family and you find chapo, and the quality of the chapo made you remember, this is what I love. And then I left the country again like an idiot.
Of course.
Yeah, and then of course the quality dwindled again. I came back, but it was a bit rough when I came back. It wasn't like a soft landing for anyone when you want to have that conversation. But coming back is not always easy.
It never is. It can never be. It's not supposed to be.
No, it's not. So when I came back, the person who was making chapos for us at the time used to emulate that model of, let me make you plates that you can use as weapons.
Now that you mention it, it would make a very bomb edible utensil, right?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there was some wisdom to it. But the wisdom isn't necessarily a culinary art, yeah?
At all.
Then things got better.
At least.
Things got a lot better. And then, of course, I was fortunate enough to marry into a Swahili family. So the whole process of getting married...
You landed gold, my friend.
First of all, landed gold. But then secondly, there's a part of before you get married where you have to go to the family.
Yes.
100% the best chapos I've ever had.
Really?
In my life. Yeah, I went there like at the granddad's house. Like, they'd made some. I swear those chapos fell apart.
I think he's saying this because Zayn is close by and listening in.
No. I even told her the same thing. I came back and I told her it's going to be a while before I can eat your chapos. I was just like,
the standard had been raised too high.
The standard. I met the person who invented this standard.
Oh.
And then they made them, and it was
all right.
Yeah, I struggled to eat the rest of the food because I was just enamored by this, and they're like, there's biryani, and I'm like, nah, bruh.
I'm good. Give me some more chapo.
Let's talk about that over. Don't take the plate away, bring it back. Yeah, it was amazing.
Now, speaking of festivities, I think in Kenya you can have a very direct correlation between chapati and festivities. Like 100%. If it's a bash, there has to be chapo. I remember that when I was in high school, we would always get a few bags of unga and make chapati when another school was visiting us. So like our church group would be visited by other schools. I forgot
about school chapos.
Let's not even go there.
What?
Because I know it's going to be a mess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that trauma you surfaced something dark. Speaking of dark, the dark spots on the chap. Anyway, but yeah.
So, there are so many people in this country who will tell you that when they smelled chapo, they knew either it's a bash or it's Christmas Day. And chapo has like that's the golden standard of partying in Kenya, and everybody will tell you that their mom's chapos was the best. Everybody. Okay. I'm
going to be the exception to that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my mom is mad healthy. Like, she's insanely healthy. She's like, she does like 200 sit-ups in the morning and drinks like 5 liters of water a day.
Damn.
And you put oil in food in that house.
Cannot.
Man, let me tell you. So if you want to even go and say, well, the best chapos, it's ghee.
Yes.
Try and bring ghee within like a certain radius of that house.
She'll never allow it.
By the way, I think the laws of nature wouldn't allow it. Like you can't get close to that house with certain densities of fat. I don't know how I make it in there all the time, but yeah, it's I would not, and I don't think she would. She would. I don't think she would help them
at all.
Yeah.
Now that you speak about ghee, apparently that's the secret. That's the secret to making it multi-layered.
Yes.
which I don't understand how, because like, is it the milk solids in there or what is it? Because I've tried making chapo with I was using canola oil at the time.
Yeah.
And I tried to do it in the like I was making a puff pastry.
Oh, because what?
No, you see, there was like.
But that's effort, man.
But then I was like, but no, I want to make it with layers. But how else do I make it with layers?
Ghee.
So yeah. Ghee. So if you can't stand ghee, you won't have your chapos with.
But the thing is, like, one of the things I learned from watching, I'm not good, I'm terrible at chapos.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know the bare minimum.
Okay.
But one, it's partially the ghee, but then two, it's also the technique of like the applying and then rolling.
Yes,
and then
yes. Then
forming.
so you can either do it as a spiral or you can really roll it really tightly.
Yeah.
And then now start to roll it out again.
So now all those things play a factor in how the final form comes out. It's if you layer it properly in that rolling stage, even if you're using canola oil, you might be more rigid, but you'll definitely still get some layers in there.
Yes.
But I think the layers we aspire to are the layers that have some sort of like light flare to them. They look like they're wispy to some degree.
You see, that's why I was doing it as a puff pastry, because I was like, okay, now if puff pastry can it's usually layered like that.
Yeah, no, but you're thinking like physics. Cooking is art.
No, I was thinking like art, but cooking is physics.
Okay.
So how do you make a chapati healthier? Tell me.
I don't make mine healthy.
Okay, sorry.
Mine are did you not hear that part where I would eat them all the time if I didn't want to just be a fat ass?
I have my mom actually is also one of those health nuts. So she would most recently actually she planted some wheat in her shamba and harvested that wheat.
That's a different level of.
I know.
Yeah.
She take it to the portion mill and come and start making chapos. Now,
wow.
the thing is that whole wheat does not bind as well as refined wheat. Yeah. Because the gluten does.
Yeah, the development is different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, my mother's chapos were always dinner plates.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's
misshapen dinner plates.
Yeah, because like you don't form the elasticity
at all.
You
really can't.
Yeah.
But then now she discovered that if she puts in some pumpkin, it then adds to the elasticity, and they are not as hard.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I was like the first time I made it, I was like, okay, this is different. So the only thing that changed in that was the pumpkin. And there's other things you can add. You can add in carrots, you can add in spinach to make it a bit healthy. And Zayn is looking at me like, what?
Yeah, no, I'm imagining her Swahili ancestors are just kind of hovering over this room like, and this is who you chose.
Well, chapatis, we love chapos.
Yeah.
So we have to try and make them healthy. If not, we will be round like balls.
No, man, the thing is, I think in general, not just with chapos.
Yes.
You pick your battles.
You really have to.
Yeah,
you really have
to. It has to be balanced. Yeah, you can eat healthy and do everything you want to do. But if chapos are life, then you have to just make sure every Thursday this is what's up. Yeah, just accept that this is how it's going to be.
Accept and move on.
Yeah, because the thing, you take that away and then what?
Life is empty.
Yeah, like in your case, in my case, this is the gold standard. If I can have good chapos all the time, I can have a balanced life.
Yes.
Now, if you take that away and make it a healthy one, that's not the gold standard. Then now all my standards drop.
I hear you. I
can't aspire to greater things. It's just going to mess with my manifestations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that's chapo on another philosophical level. Brought to you by Said.
Yeah, it gets metaphysical. Don't touch my chapos. So, you see me eat, just don't touch.
So what's a quick meal you know how to make that includes chapo?
If the chapo is already made.
Yes, it's already been made.
See, that's the thing. You said breakfast, lunch, dinner. I think it kind of cuts across. Like I said, I'm fairly simple. So if there's dengu,
yes,
that's my combination.
Kabsa.
I'm good. I'm happy. Just put the chapo, put the dengu, and then leave me alone. Solo, it works even for breakfast. I can just have the flatbread alone, and I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Even like minus condiments. Like I know. I don't know how much blasphemy this is. I hope the ancestors really are in there. But like I know
just say it.
Growing up there was a lot of like, putting honey or putting jam on it to kind of.
But like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to commit even more blasphemy. My favorite combo, very quick. The chapo is already there. It's either of two things. Either I will take an avocado and cream it.
Okay.
Spread on the chapo and then put honey on top of that.
What?
No, it even gets worse.
Dude.
If I'm lucky to have sweet bananas, I'll put them in a line and then roll. My friends.
Which friend? I think that's where the friendship ends.
Nimesalitiwa tu hivyo tu.
If you first of all, I can feel daggers coming from there because you said 3 things that she's not okay with:
avocados, bananas, and honey.
Yeah, and you put them on a chapo.
Let me tell you, it slaps. But I'm a weirdo. I've accepted myself.
No, I mean, that's the thing is I feel like it's well, again, I don't want to be metaphysical again, but it's like it's a canvas for you to build your joy upon, right?
Yeah.
So you should be able, I should write that down. Chapo, a canvas for you to build your joy upon.
There's a t-shirt.
I'm putting
Somebody take it down.
Yeah, I'm putting that on my t-shirt. I want proceeds to go to like any autism related charity.
Thanks.
But like, yeah, the idea is just you build your joy. So like even when you look at how people do like Rolexes and I feel like Rolex, for those who are unaware, is not the luxury watch.
It's not a watch.
It is a roll with eggs.
It's a rolled egg.
Yeah, you take the egg and you put the chapo and then you roll the egg in the chapo. And some people do it different ways. Like I saw someone do this really elaborate thing where they do like bacon bits and sidri what. And then
but you make an omelette, then you put the chapo on top of the omelette and you flip it all
together. The thing they did the egg. Then they had like condiments and shit like in different. It was balanced. It was like they had some bacon, they had some tomato, they had some cheese, and I was just like, bro,
that's an omelette.
Yeah, I'm like, you've gone so far. Like you really made this a whole thing. There's like a little bit of creamed spinach on there. You're garnishing with lemon pepper. Like, dude,
okay, that one had gone like way.
Yeah, that was way too fancy.
Now me and my Rolex that I had this morning, which was just an egg.
Exactly.
That was beaten up, poured in a pan. Once it's set, put the chapati on top and flip it over and then roll the thing.
And that's the thing. I think simplicity, but simplicity is not always easy.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Excellent simplicity is not easy.
So you told me that for you, the side that you love is ndengu.
Yes. Although, as I have, you see, the thing is, like I told you, the quality of my life has improved
with the chapati
a little
quality.
Bit. Yeah, but then also like exposure. So like one of the big things that there was a period in my life before I was doing what I'm doing, where I was employed, and my employer had this really bad habit of giving me a salary. So
how is that a bad?
So the problem with that was I had money that was disposable and I'd order in a lot. So you remember when we used to do little get-togethers?
Yes.
And you'd find we had like 2 sufurias and you're like, how have you been living in this house for 2 years?
How do you?
Yeah. So basically just we ordered in a lot. And in the process of ordering in a lot, you get exposed to a lot of different types of food.
Yes,
but then
true.
I still used to eat meat. So it was like Indian food and chapo became a combination I kind of liked. Yeah,
it comes from heaven.
It
does come from heaven.
I think that's when you realize this is what the chapo was made for. It wasn't made for like the. I mean, it's fine. What we have is perfectly
it's
okay.
amazing. It's amazing. However,
there's a very big difference when you have like a good fried dal.
Yes.
Or like a very nice, masala that's been well done, like butter chicken, and you see that, and then you do that, and you do like. With spinach, there's a feeling about it. It transports you. But the only thing with it, the only thing I questioned it on, which you can't do with ndengu, is it always felt like I'd overeaten immediately afterwards. Like if you have your butter chicken, spinach, and chapo, immediately afterwards, I'm like, I feel like a hippopotamus. An actual hippo that's just like wading in the water. I'm just going to... I think at this point, I just need to like stop.
A chapo dish that you ate and you can never forget, aside from the chapos you had when you went over to Zane's place. So what's another chapo dish that you've eaten and you'll never ever forget?
The thing is, there's bad and good memories.
Yes,
like that,
of course.
Yeah, so the bad is still the, whole wheat, super thick. Like, I really don't know how to explain this to you. Like, think of, for listeners, just like hold your pinky finger and look at the width of it.
The width of your finger.
It was about that thick. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was an actual bread.
Yes. And then the thing about it is you're getting that, and then you're getting like really dry skuma wiki. And so I don't forget the first time that happened, because I'd landed back in Kenya on the night of the 31st morning of the
that one
of 2010.
Yes.
And of January 2010. New Year's. You're expecting joyous. Yeah, and also like, circumstances were coming back quite easy. So I was expecting
people should be happy and fantastic, amazing.
Exactly. And it's then, like the whole thing I was looking forward to is every time I came back to Kenya prior, my first chapo was always just perfect.
Yes.
So I was told, there's chapos in the fridge. Cheers. I went in the fridge and I'm like, where? So I'll not forget that one, because I just remember going, but those are not chapos. These are not. These are like those things you put underneath potters when you're trying to like decorate your house with plants. But these are the stones upon which you can like mold clay. Like this is not, these are pizza plates. What are those things called? Pizza stones.
Pizza stones.
Yeah. But and mind you, in the fridge they were actually hard. It wasn't like I know I'm hating, but at the same time, when they are frozen, they and then when you warm them, they get a bit softer, like, but that's
pliable.
But it's pliable in the same way like plexiglass is pliable. Yeah.
It's too much. My god, it's
like
too much.
You know it won't fold. You know it'll break.
It'll break straight up.
Yeah,
straight up.
And when it breaks, someone might get hurt. That's kind of how it felt with those ones. Yeah. So there's that. So that I won't forget. But in terms of good ones, there's the ones I had in Coast, which I won't forget.
Yes.
There's some we got, which was really random. Like there was a day when I don't remember why, but we needed to like make food quickly for the kids, and we ordered from some place. I don't remember where it is. I'll send it to you. Hopefully you can like mention. They gave us, it was like an Indian place, and they gave us these really tiny chapos. They were small. Like we laughed at how small they were, but they were good. Like they were really good. Yeah, like they were. You tell them it was like they were wispy. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, yeah. And
they were just small.
But the problem was they were small. So it was like we took note and we're like, next time we're just going to order 15 of them. That way at least 3 human beings can eat this. But other than
that's one way to handle it.
Yeah.
I think for me, in 2000 and must be 2018, I went on a job with a friend of mine. We went to Kisumu.
Yeah.
And we did this thing everybody does when they get to Kisumu, which is go and look for fish.
Of course.
It's a standard.
Course.
It's a standard.
I mean,
Then now at dinner time, my friend, shout out M, she's like, let's go to my friend's place in Dunga. And, let's hang. So we went to her friend's place and her friend cooked for us chapo and dengu. And she made the dengu with actual milk. I was very skeptical when I watched that dengu being made. I was so skeptical. I was like, how is this gonna? Until I ate it and I was like, yo, what is this? It was so amazing.
With milk.
I will look for that recipe and I'll give it to Zain so that she can try it. Imagine by the way, it works. It works and it works.
Yeah,
send
me the recipe. I'm curious.
Yeah. You can actually do it with milk or even coconut milk. So I know with coconut milk, but
the coconut
actual
milk.
And those of us who are lactose intolerant, and we are many in this room.
Yeah, like this is 100% kill rate. Like if full cream walked in here, it would just be for the death of all of us. But yeah.
It would be a murder.
Yeah.
No, it like I've never had it ever again like that, because I even tried with myself and there's like it.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
Now we've reached that part where you can plug whatever else you're doing aside from eating chapodengu.
Okay, first thing I'll plug is follow Zain at the playroom.ke. Well, it has to be the first thing I plug just because she's doing really awesome stuff there.
She is though. She's amazing.
Yeah. So if you have
kids, such a big community growing.
It's awesome. Yeah, like I love watching it. So she started this late last year, and basically, if you have kids and you're looking for activities for them, just ways to understand kind of what they're going through, how they're growing, how to develop their curiosity through play and reading, and what she does amazing stuff there.
That she does.
Yeah. So if you have children, please expose your progenitor to the playroom.
Progeniture.
Yeah, is that not a word you should say?
I don't know even what that word means.
Progeniture is your children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today I have been schooled. There's a lot of philosophy and learning going on in this room.
You asked me how I felt about language. I am in love with it. So that's the first one. So playroom.ke on Instagram. Is I guess Instagram is the best place to follow her. She also has a Facebook, but that's the one.
Yes.
Mine is just starting. I figured I started it, I stopped it, I'm starting it again. Literally, as we are talking, I think I reopened the page a day or two ago.
Okay.
So that's just daddy.co.ke on Instagram.
Yes.
So at daddy.co.ke.
Okay.
It sounds creepy, but it's because that's what my son calls me. So
wait, your son calls you daddy.co.ke?
No, he must be
But you said it. You said it like that. So like,
you're a whole idiot. No, I mean, like,
I try. I do try.
He calls me daddy, so it's daddy.co.ke.
All
but
right.
I feel like there's a need for dads to talk more.
That is true. We have a lot of mommy blogs, mommy vlogs, mommy podcasts, but there's very little space for daddies.
Yeah, and also just, I mean, separately from that is without the pretension, because like there's an extent to which like all dad blogs and whatnot are just like either humor or like puns or
dad jokes. Dad jokes are an institution.
I guess they're an institution, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, there's layers to this whole journey that I kind of feel just get left out because
I hear you.
It's easier to joke about everything than it is to kind of just sit down and be like,
true. Just be honest.
Yeah. This is kind of where we are, and this is how it is, and that's not bad. That's just how it is.
Yes.
Because once we can accept where we are, then it's easier to, you know, move forward and be useful to our kids. That is true.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the links that Said has mentioned in the show notes. Make sure you check out the playroom.ke and daddy.co.ke.
Yes, those are my full titles. So when you see me out there in public, you call me Mr.co.ke or I'm joking. No, don't. Please, never.
That's going to be a name from now on.
Yeah, don't.
Thank you so much, Said, for joining us on the Matamoto podcast. We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear listener, for spending the time with us today. Make sure you're followed and subscribed to the Matamoto podcast, wherever you're listening from, so you don't miss new episodes and Matamu Extra, which I'll be releasing again in another few days. And that is actually the end of the podcast. Can you imagine?
By the way, that was quick. One thing to mention for all the listeners.
Yes.
Reumac has branded everything. You can't see this, but like everything is... Are these mics branded?
No, the mic's not yet.
Yeah, but the headphones are branded. And like the recorder, everything is branded. This is
even
awesome.
The power bank.
It's like a whole... What? It's a whole experience over here. And mind you, I'm in the same field as he is. I've not branded a single thing. I'm about to get a bunch of stickers.
Ooh.
And just put them on everything.
I feel like such an influencer.
Absolutely. This is the full flu and COVID.
Yeah, we'll have a good time, guys.
All right, take care.
Matamu tu.